Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 275. The album that I'll be reviewing this tonight is the Beatnuts with their fourth album, titled "Take It and Squeeze It," released in 2001. Had to pay homage, you know what I mean, with the hat, with the gray bottom, the wool hat, you know what I'm saying. So I had to pay homage to that, you know what I'm saying. So for this, yeah, you guys should know who the Beatnuts are. I did a review on pretty much like a good chunk of the albums, including the 2 EPs that they dropped in the 90s. If you haven't peeped those, definitely check them out. Let me know what you guys think. And I appreciate you guys, showing comments, doing the comments and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. And I'm not like these other dudes that don't respond back. I actually do respond. I might not do this quick because, I'm busy with work and other things like that. But I do appreciate the support and love and your experiences with the album, what you liked about our album, what you didn't like about the album. So, it's just kind of a community thing, so I really appreciate that. Now, I never told you guys how I got into the Beatnuts, but I'll keep it short and sweet. It was this cat named Richard Caballero that I met back in like 2000. I went to junior high school. Junior high school was called Christopher Robin Academy on Merrick Boulevard in Queens. Like Laurelton area, Laurelton Springfield Gardens, which is no longer that school is no longer exists. Like, it's non-existent. They tore that out of school, and now I think it's like a pharmacy or some shit like that. Christopher Robin Academy. Tisha Arnold, Tashina Arnold, who played Pam and Martin, once it was an alumni for that school. Al Cool J went to that school, but he got kicked out, that kind of thing. So I just had to throw it out there. But yeah, that school is like mad ghetto too, you know what I'm saying? But getting back to my original story, so Richard Caballero, like he was like a big Beatnuts, Terror Squad fan. So he would put me on to like mad shit about them, you know what I mean, and little inside shit about them as well, you know what I mean. So and so he put me on to like the name of the albums and things like that. And like, keep in mind, this is like 2000, so 2001. And I remember, like, he told me about Stone Crazy, Street Level, Intoxicated Demons and all that shit. So because this is like the early 2000s, so this is before YouTube. YouTube didn't come about until like 2005. And with that being said, I remember, like, I would go on Amazon. I would listen to like the snippets, like the Real Player. My OG heads, you guys know what I'm talking about. I would go on Amazon. They'll play the Real Player, and I heard like bits and pieces of the Stone Crazy album. So that was like the first album that I checked out, but I didn't hear it in its whole entirety. But then eventually, I remember like this album coming out like around springtime of 2001, and I remember I used to always see the video for No Escaping This, and I was like, yo, this shit sound dope. I loved it. So I remember getting the bootleg version of the CD. It's probably the same thing, no different, anything like that. It's not, don't expect like no like like some murder music or Nas I Am type shit, you know what I mean? Like no unreleased joints and stuff like that. It was like there's the same album, but it's just like the bootleg version, that kind of thing. I remember getting this like used like years later. I think I bought it online, or I bought it in the shelves. I don't remember, but I bought it like relatively cheap, so I got it. So I got my hands on it. I had to change the case because like this part was broken off, and like it just, that is like, I'm very anal when it comes to shit like that. So to give it its proper case is only right, you know what I mean? And luckily, like, the album doesn't have like no hype stickers or anything like that, so not really missing much. So at least this album got like a nice case and that kind of thing. Now, right after Musical Massacre, like I said, they had that whole issue with the whole Watch Out Now song, which is like a gift and a curse for them, because that song was like the biggest single in their whole careers. Like is what made them like international superstars at this point. And then it was a curse because you had the likes of J Lo and track masters jacking the beat, and kind of making it made them even more successful because of that song. So So it's like a lot of things going on. So I already spoke about that, so I don't want to reiterate on that. Now let's get into the album. This album spawns 2 singles, which include No Escaping This, like I mentioned before, and Let's Get Dough. Those are the only 2 singles of the album, right? So now let's get into the album. Alright, so you got this right here. You got Psycho Les with the foam. You know how to rock the hat, had the do-rag, you know what I'm saying, to kind of pay homage, you know what I mean? Pretty dope. You got Juju right there, you know, both looking fresh, you know what I mean? Dope shit. In the back, track list, nothing too crazy. Alright. Open it up. Take it, squeeze it. Right. Black and red, you know, okay. And then you got the Adventures of the Beatnuts coming soon, which never came out. This kind of looks more like a comic book, so I don't think it was like an actual album. I think it was like more so like a comic book, but I'm not sure if that ever came out. If you guys know that came out, let me know. Alright. Let's look at that. And yeah, you guys remember fan clubs? They don't do that no more. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, they need to bring that back. Oh shit. Alright, then you got a little promo paper, little promo joint right here, where you can get like the, you know, the gear and stuff like that. Alright, pretty cool. Open it up. You got the track listing, you know, the credits and all, you got the shout outs and all that stuff. And look at this shit right here. Isn't that cool? That's pretty fucking dope. They're in the pen and pixel shit right there. Which I would assume this would have been the original album cover. But I guess they dissed it and they put it to this. Which I think is a lot better than this because, you know, it's just, yeah. Although it's a cool cover, but I wouldn't take the album serious if it looked like that, I'll be honest with you. So, but it just kind of shows like their personalities and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, they were on that pen and pixel shit. So, on that No Limit Cash Money shit. All right, now let's get into the producers. Producers, obviously, the Beatnuts. They do all the production. They do the beats and stuff like that. Everybody knows that. Now let's get into the features. Features include Al Tariq, aka Fashion. It's good to see him on the album. Tony Toka. Then you got Molly Meadow. I mentioned him before. He was on the I forgot what song, but he was actually on the musical man. Actually, I got the album here. What song he was on this shit? I don't think it says. Unless Molly Meadow was part of the No Good Us group that they had back in the late 2000s. Then you got Greg Nice. Then you got Sean Black Attack. Willie Stubbs, rest in peace to Willie Stubbs. He died earlier this year, like I said, back in January. Fat Man Scoop. And what happened to Fat Man Scoop, man? What happened to you, man? Jeez. I haven't seen that nigga since he had that show, I think, on VH1. I forgot the name of that shit, but it came like in the early to mid 2000s. That shit was kind of dope. I think it was like with his wife and shit. That was pretty dope. Miss Loca. You got Al Tariq, Problems, Molly Meadow, and Moonshine. You got Triple Sace of Terror Squad fame, and last but not least, Method Man, Tikal and Stallion, man. All right, now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the tracks, break down the tracks like I usually do. All right. Now the first track is the intro. It's just an instrumental with some vocal loops, you know, nothing too crazy. All right. Then we got track 2. It's the Nuts featuring Al Tariq. This track was okay. I wasn't really a fan of the beat. Not one of my favorite tracks. I honestly could have done without it. Track 3, Prendolo, Light It Up, featuring Tony Touch. This definitely has like kind of like a party vibe, you know, that kind of thing, like a party Latin vibe. Like I could see like Big Pun ripping to this beat, you know what I mean? Definitely see that, especially like the Yeah Baby era. definitely can see that. But it was okay. Not one of my go-to tracks. Then we got track 4, Contact featuring Molly Metal. One of my favorite tracks of the album. I love this track. When I first heard this track, I would not play any other song but that song. Like, that's how dope that song was, man. And the beat is dope. Pretty much they talk about, it's a weed track, you know. Pretty much talk about when you smoke, you pass that contact, you know, that secondhand smoke and stuff like that. That's pretty much what the song is about. Really enjoyed that. I like the line by Psycho Les when he says, "Ayo, the avenue hot, so I'ma fly out a couple of days. Pack my bags, Walkman, get the fresh double A's, pick up a box of Dutch Masters so I can twist his booties, then a box of gym hats for when I stick a cutie." Whew. Juju when he says, "Yo, in New York, we smoke chocolate, keep a loaded gun in the cockpit, and almost every night we on the block lit, handling business, bagging the dreads, drinking beer between the buildings with the gambling kids." Fucking dope, man. Yeah, he really bought, like, Psycho Les, he brought it back with the Walkman and the double A's. I can fucking relate to that, man. Like, I remember, like, you know, I used to have the Walkman and the Discman and stuff like that. And then, like, you being from the hood, you know, you couldn't really, you wasn't trying to spend crazy money on batteries, so you would go to the little, you know, bodega, like the corner store or whatever, like the little convenience store, like around the way. You get the cheap batteries, like the 2-packs for like $1. You know, you get them shits, even though them shits didn't last long, but yeah, they did the job, you know what I'm saying? So he really brought it back to that. So that's what stood out for me. So that was track 4, Contact. That was a pretty dope track, one of my favorite tracks of the album. Yeah. Then we got track 5, Yo Yo Yo, featuring Greg Nice. This was an okay track. This is not one of my favorite tracks. The beat kind of has like that. It sounds like a preset from like a synth, from like the late '90s, early 2000s. It just sounds very tinny, very plastic. It just doesn't sound very good. That's why it sounded like they just added a preset demo, like a piano demo, and they just added drums to it. That's all it sounded like to me. It's just I wasn't really digging that shit. So, but I looked it up. It's actually a sample, but yeah, it doesn't sound like a sample. It sounds like a preset, you know, from like a keyboard from the late '90s, early 2000s. So I wasn't really too fond of that song. Then we got track 6, If It Ain't Gangsta. That's featuring Black Shaw and Black Attack. Another okay track. The beat is okay. Black Shaw and Black Attack, you guys might be familiar. That name might be familiar for my underground heads. He was actually featured on like a couple of these Honda albums from the 90s, and he's on a lot of his albums. So that's that same guy, Shaw Black Attack. So just had to throw it out there. So that was track 6, If It Ain't Gangsta. Okay track, not one of my favorites. Track 7, No Escaping This. Love this beat, love this song, fucking dope. To me, Way is a way better track than Watch Out Now. To me, when I think of the Beatnuts, that's a song that pops in my head. You know, one of the songs that popped in my head. Is actually the first single of the album, featuring Greg Nice. For me, I've always felt like this song was like the sequel to Turn It Out. That was on the Musical Massacre album. Like, to me, Turn It Out was the first song, and then the following song, the follow-up, the sequel would be No Escaping This. At least to me, that's what I got. That's the vibes I got from that, you know what I mean? But very dope track right there. This song was actually my introduction to the group, you know what I mean? So, yeah, very, very dope. I like the line by Psycho Les when he said, "We coming with more hits than Funk Like Parliament. Comparing me to another is going to lead to an argument. The heat will fry you with straight from the armory. Guerrilla army, we killing tracks in harmony." Fucking dope. That shit just goes hard, man. So that was track 7, No Escaping This. Track 8, Who's Coming With the Shit Now, featuring Willie Stubbs. I'm not a fan of the beat, but the lyrics definitely made up for it. I like the line by Juju, when he said, "My Glock will make the whole fucking block rumble. Y'all niggas need to watch who you approach in this jungle. See, I ain't even got a pot to piss. Watch you home niggas pop that Chris. Drop by hanging out that rich, another like hanging out that rich. Fucking dope." Another line by Juju when he says, "Catch your mom coming off the train, putting ice pick in the back of her brain. It's that's plain." Damn, nigga. That's one thing I noticed about Juju. Juju's always been on that violent shit, man. He's always been on that street shit, and you know, from people that I know that known Juju personally, like he's really like that. He's really on that street shit. So yeah, really dope shit right there. Track 9, Let's Get Dough. Fucking love this track. One of my favorite tracks. This song they should have had a video for this shit right here. This was actually the second and final single of the album. One of my favorite tracks is a party track. Featuring Fat Man Scoop. I remember this song being on heavy rotation on Hot 97. It was on all over the mixtapes and stuff like that. That shit just goes hard, man. Fat Man Scoop, you know, he would always hype up a track, and it just he's like, "Yo, let's get dough. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo." His his deep voice is, "Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo," like that shit. Fat Man Scoop, quickly can. Fat Man Scoop, quickly can. Beatnuts. Like he would make this shit hype, and it would just sound dope. And again, why it doesn't have a video is beyond me. But like I said, it was the second and final single of the album. But again, even though they didn't have a video, it felt like a single, and because it was a single. But High 97 used to play that shit on heavy rotation, and it was on the mixtapes, and I remember that shit like it was clear as day. All right, so that was track 9, Let's Get Dough. Track 10, Hood Thing, featuring Miss Loca. Did not like this song at all. It was kind of whack to me. Then we're going to go to track 11, Hammer Time, featuring Al Tariq, Problems, Marley Metal, and Moonshine. This is a posse cut. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. Fucking dope. Dope track, dope beat. I like the line by Marley Metal when he says, what he said? Better gets KO style, black Escalades, fucking with guys, they gonna find you in the Everglades. I love that. Psycho Les when he says, my whole clique starving like a jail cafeteria while you're on the block sucking cock in Siberia. Crack a cold one, blaze a hot one. Turn the mic up, let me drop one. When I release this, you better go cop one. If I hear my dogs barking, I reach for the shotgun. Fucking dope. So that was track 11, Hammer Time. That was dope. Track 12, You Don't Want It. Definitely one of my favorite tracks too. It's a dope track right there. I like the line by Triple Sage when he says, you never know when you're about to go. You never know when you're about to blow. Niggas get locked when the block is slow. On my pods, we're gonna pop the mo. Pop the Chris and cock his click. Till Says get killed by the apocalypse. Fucking dope. Triple Sage's always been like, he's been always like the slept on MC of the group, in my personal opinion. My favorite member of the group, besides Pun, was Armageddon. I always feel like he never really got his shine. You could tell like Armageddon was never been about like the spotlight, let alone Triple Sage, you know what I mean? And then, he had Prospect, which he had that song on 99 Live off the, the Terror Squad album, which is dope. There is a video for that. Fucking dope shit. So that was track 12, You Don't Want It. Track 13, Mayonnaise, is a short track. It's a sex track. It didn't really do much for me. And then track 14, Say Kao remix featuring Method Man. I love this track. One of my favorite tracks of the album. This time they're rapping in English. In Musical Massacre, they're all rapping in Spanish. But in this one, Method Man is in this track. He fucking caught a body on this shit. Psycho Les 2 as well. I like the line by Psycho Les when he said, pull out the chainsaw, it's a musical massacre. Cut the head off the driver and the passenger. Sick my dogs after you. Have you climbing a tree, just another crime in the street. And it ain't nothing better than finding a beat. Fucking dope. Method Man when he says, twist the metal, master machete. The guy don't want beef, he want veggie. Plus signs over deadly medley. Who get him gas on his own Getty? Battery back, he ever ready. Woo! Yo, Method Man, he's always been my favorite MC in the group, Wu-Tang. That nigga is nasty, man, and everybody's like crying about his comments about the whole Summer Jam shit. Like, eat a dick. Y'all, that shit went over your heads. Like, you know, he pretty much said, like, yo, this crowd, like, this young crowd, like, you know, to me, Method Man is hip-hop royalty. And, you know, for them to, like, not cheer him on and things like that is, like, mad disrespectful. But then again, you know, I don't blame the kids because they probably only know him from Power or, let alone Cheese from The Wire. You know, but they don't know about his music background. So they probably think, like, he's just an actor that just tries to rap and that kind of thing. So, I don't know. But I thought, you know, it was kind of whack. But then, you know, I'm glad that Method Man said what he had to say. So, shout out to him. Now, my overall synopsis of this album. I like it a little bit better than Musical Massacre, but not much. I just felt like the beats, some of the beats were kind of underwhelming. I don't know, man. Like, they need Vic, you know, as, like, the creative, you know, the executive producer, because, like, I don't know, man. Ever since, like, the Spot EP, Musical Massacre, I could kind of see them going downhill from there, and it just kind of, and it shows, you know, because, like I said, with the first couple of projects, Intoxicated Demons, Street Level, and Stone Crazy, Vic, you know, he had his input on those albums, even though on Stone Crazy he left the group, but he was still cool with them. He just, like, kind of did, like, you know, just guiding them, if you will, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know, in this album, they just sound like they just had, like, a big party and just recorded it, you know, and it just captured it on tape. And it just kind of shows, man. It's just, like, all over the place. Like, you could kind of tell they're going, like, more commercial and stuff like that. And it didn't really work in their favor. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. But not one of my favorites. I used to like it, but then listening back, it changed for me. I don't like it as much as I did before. Now, that's just my personal opinion. All right, so this album is out of print. It does go for a little bit of money. If you go on Discogs or Amazon, you get it for, like, a better prices. eBay, I seen them go for, like, you know, $20, $15, $20, $10, like $40. It just fluctuates because, like, their back catalog tends to be more expensive, especially, like, Stone Crazy for some reason. Like I said before, Stone Crazy, good luck trying to find it online unless you, like, go strictly to Psycho Les's website to get it digitally, because otherwise some songs are missing on streaming platforms. They don't have the whole album. Whether you go on Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, you know, all the streaming platforms that you check out your music, they don't have all the songs. I don't know, because maybe it's sample. They couldn't clear the samples or sample clearance issues and stuff like that. That's what I'm assuming it is. So, which is kind of sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, the Beatnuts, Take It or Squeeze It. This is their 4th album. Let me know what you guys think. Y'all be easy. Definitely stay tuned for more videos, alright? Peace!